Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is RJ. So today we're back looking at Townstar. I'm going to be giving you some hints and tips and even showing you how you can save time and earn more points. I'm also going to be showing you why Gala as a coin is a great asset to get into. So keep watching. Okay, and welcome to another video. And remember, if this is your first time visiting my channel and you want to learn more about how to earn cryptocurrency for free, about cloud mining sites, crypto investments and lots of other crypto related stuff, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tag that notification bell so you're alerted to all my latest content as it comes online. Okay, so here we are at Gala Games. Now, later on in the video, we will be looking at Townstar. And like I say, I will be giving you some hints and tips from my experience. We'll be looking at how I did in the last competition. And I'll also be showing you something that can save you a lot of time, but also earn you a lot more points. But to start with, we're actually going to be looking at Gala Games and the Gala token and why, even if you don't want to get into the games, why the Gala token is a good asset to get into. Okay, so for starters, some of you might notice there is a slightly different color to my username and the Gala emblem, and that is basically because I've become a gold member, and that is just to show how much I actually believe in this platform. Now these guys are going from strength to strength. They are adding more games to their library all the time, and essentially they are doing exactly what Engine Coin have done. And now obviously I realize a lot of you out there probably rolling your eyes and thinking, this man just mentions Engine Coin in every single video. And that is true. Recently, it's just basically, and the reason why is because Engine Coin are such a great example of a company that basically did an ICO for their in-game currency. For those of you that don't know, an ICO is an initial coin offering, which is something that in the future CMG will be doing, and I spoke about that in one of the recent CMG videos I did. Anyway, Engine Coin did an ICO for their coin. Obviously they had already got their platform and games in place, and basically what happened was obviously a lot of people got in on it. Not too much happened with the coin for a few years, but then last year, I think it was, or the beginning of this year, they managed to secure their place on the Japanese exchanges. Now, what happened there was it literally catapulted their coin into, I won't go as far to say stratosphere, but at the end of the day, it took their coin from about 20 cents, 30 cents, up to $3. Now, if you look at how coins are doing since BTC has dropped from 60,000 down to 32,000, it was yesterday when I checked, Engine Coin dropped dramatically like everybody else did. I think it went down to about $1, but it's actually gone back up. It's actually now nearly at $1.50. It's about $1.30, I think it is. Whereas if you look at other coins, even Ethereum and other coins, Doge coins that have all made big headway recently on the back of the Bitcoin rise, Ethereum, even though Bitcoin continues to drop, and like I say, it's gone from about 38,000 to now down to about 32, Engine Coin is remaining and is gradually going up. So what that says to me is that these platforms, these play to earn platforms, which Engine Coin is, very much the same as Gala Games, is something that is really starting to be used. Many of you might have heard of a game called Axis Infinity. That has gone absolutely massive over in places like the Philippines, Thailand. People are literally earning their livelihoods, obviously, in those areas of the world. The cost of things isn't quite as much, but also as well the pay is not quite as much, so it's all relative. But yeah, like I say, through that game you've got people over in places like the Philippines and stuff like that that are literally making a living from that, you know. So, like I say, these platforms are just getting bigger and bigger. And to add to this, and to add to the reason why I say that Gala is definitely a coin to look at, is basically recently, if we look here on Bloomberg, Gala Games has just received an injection of $100 million from Binance. Now, Binance have obviously looked at the Gala Games platform, saw it was a good investment, and have put this money up to push Gala Games forward even faster. Also, as well, in the last video I did that I talked about the Gala token, it was currently at that point sat at 0.007 cents, right? So it wasn't even at 1 cent. If we look now on Etherscan, it's actually over 1 cent. So again, in just a few weeks, Gala is gradually creeping up. And for all we know, this could be the next engine coin. You could be looking at $1 or more in the very near future. Now, if we go into here and we go to their games, they have just released Spider Tank, which is basically a sort of basically it's a battle game. So you would purchase tanks or get tanks, retrofit them with guns and stuff like that, and then battle against other people in the tank arena. Obviously, we know Townstar, Miradus, that is getting massive amounts of press recently, basically because Gala Games is, with Miradus, actually handing over more power to the users when it actually comes to the ecosystem. So this is making massive headlines. We've got Fortified and Echoes of Empire as well. And what you've got to realize, and this is what I said about Engine, is that all of these games all use Gala token to purchase stuff. So that essentially, you know, the more and more people that get onto these platforms, they start buying stuff with Gala. They're trading NTFs that they're winning or buying from the shops to help them through the games. All this kind of stuff. This is just pushing up the Gala token higher and higher. Obviously, the platform gets more and more press coverage, gets more popular, and it just starts building upon itself, exactly the same as what Engine Coin have done. So for me, like I said, even if the games isn't something you want to get into, but you do want to get your hands on some on a token that I believe is going to be moving pretty rapidly in the very near future, get yourself on Gala. Get yourself some Gala. Obviously, I'm not a financial whiz. I'm not a professional in the crypto world. But like I said, when I've looked at other tokens and I've invested in other tokens, these coins and their platforms are just gaining massive momentum recently. So like I say, I think this is a good thing to get into. And also a good asset to get yourselves into your wallet. Remember, obviously you can get Gala, you can set up Gala into your Atomic wallet. I did show that in a video recently. I think it was in the first or the second Townstar video I did. Dead easy to set that up. So basically, if you go and check that out, you can find that. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description. I'll find what video it was and I'll put a link in the description. So if you do have an Atomic wallet and you are interested in getting yourself some Gala, I will show you. Can look through that video and see how to get it done. Okay, so that's pretty much it when it comes to the Gala platform and their token. Now we're going to move on to Townstar and look at how you can get into this game and possibly get up to that top 100 and get yourself some free Gala by winning in the Townstar weekly competitions. So keep watching. Okay, so Townstar, as we all know, it is a play to earn game, and basically where you essentially build up your own town and decide what it is, whether you're going to grow crops, whether you're going to mine iron, you're going to produce steel, you're going to produce uniforms, you're going to grow grapes, you're going to produce wine, all these things, all these great possibilities, which is what is brilliant about this game. And obviously, like I said, it is from the people that produced Farmville, so obviously they have great experience of producing these games and making them very addictive and very playable. So basically, the last competition that we had, which was last week, I did much better. The previous competition, which was the first competition I'd entered properly, I believe I finished about 694th. In this competition that's just passed, I actually finished in 400th. Now, obviously, I know that's quite a ways from that top 100, but you've also got to think that is a jump of 300 positions. Now, how did I do that? So basically, obviously, we all start off with the same blank canvas, essentially. What I did was I produced grapes for a while, and then started moving into the industrial and producing uniforms. Now, this was sort of a bit of a collaboration. I do have to give a bit of a shout out to S-Maniac86, or Sean as he's known to his other friends. But basically what it was, we were both playing at the same time in similar areas, and we were just sort of passing information to each other, you know, ideas that we were having. And Sean mentioned the grapes. At first, I sort of, you know, I didn't really pay that much attention to it, which was my downfall. But then using the guides that I've spoke to you about before, looked at what the grapes were worth. So basically 10 grapes is worth something like $41,000, obviously in-game dollars, and it gave you a really good amount of star points as well. I think it gave you like 200 star points as well. But the thing is you can just grow the grapes as long as you've got water. You can just grow the grapes, and you don't need anything else. So they are really a really good point to start at. So that was sort of where we ended up. And then, like I say, what I did was I started moving into more of an industrial, sort of to try and boost the money that I'd got. I bought basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fabric factories. I had 3 producing cotton. And to do that, the great thing was that I actually only needed 2 cotton fields that were basically running at optimal speed, which was about 20 seconds. So you just got to get them in a good watered area, away from any sort of buildings or anything like that. And I say, to support 3 cotton fabric factories, I actually only needed 2 fields. I had 1 producing the wool, which that I had 4 sheep pens. Again, you want to near them some water, because that means you don't have to water them. You don't have to go and get water from the wells and stuff like that. I had 2 troughs, and then I actually had, what was it, 5 ranch hands, or 6. Yeah, that would be 6 ranch hands and 1 ATV, and basically they were just filling up these troughs constantly. To literally to the brim, and we were just getting the wool out really quick. But even that, it was still, out of everything, it was actually the wool that I struggled with the most. And then basically finally, out of the 5 buildings, I had 1 actually producing uniforms, which I actually managed to get quite a good amount of sets of 10 out. Admittedly, I went to bed at a normal time, and when I went to bed there was still about 5 hours of the game to play. So if I'd stayed up for that, I probably could have well been it to like 350, place 350 or something like that. So you got to think that's only 250 places off that top 100, and if you get yourself set up quickly and sorted early, then you'll have a much better opportunity than I did. I swapped and changed because obviously, like I say, me and Sean were passing information back and forth to each other, and and the thing is you just want this thing to roll and just go and go and go. But I was swapping and changing, trying to figure out what the best situation was, and I lost hours. I lost so many hours messing about. And anyway, this is sort of how I was about halfway through the competition. So I was about halfway through the competition. So this isn't actually what got me to that 400th place. Once I built up a decent amount of cash, as you can see there, I've got 8,500,000 there. I then swapped out my whole area. So I got rid of all the grapes. I got rid of everything I was using. And then I basically turned my sheep area into a milk farm. And I was producing salt for butter, and the milk was for the butter. And then what we ended up with was 1 bakery and 2 cakeries. So actually the 44,000 city points is what I'm talking about, what I was talking about earlier. That actually came from the cakery. The uniforms give you, I think it's about 300 something. Yeah, so if we just quickly refer to the guide, so I'm clear on this. If we scroll down, so uniforms here gave you 5,600 city points, as I mentioned in the previous videos. With these guides, I don't know why, it's probably these are old units, but since then Gala games seem to have added a 0 onto the end of everything. So if you come in here and you see that says 560, that's actually 5,600. That's what you would get for your uniforms with city points. If we scroll up here and then we go to cake, 44,750 is what you got for your cakes. And like I say, this is basically how what I moved to start pushing myself up even higher. But my final, for some weird reason, I didn't get a screenshot of actually how this looked in the end. But what I ended up with was a couple more windmills. So we had, what's that, 4? We had 6 windmills in total. And then we had a few more wheat fields. And then that was it. That's all I did. And like I say, that probably would have got me if I'd persevered and not decided I needed to go to sleep for those last 5 hours. I reckon I would have got up to about level 350. Now, obviously, one of the big sticking points with this game is when you need to sleep, or when you need to just leave your computer. You got to nip out, you got to go to the shops, you know, all these things take you away from the game. And like I say, when you're away from the game, even if you set up your place really well, set up your town really well, and you're making cakes or whatever, and they're gradually getting put in the stores and all that kind of stuff ready for when you come back, because you're not selling them and gaining those city points, you're still steadily dropping down the rankings. And even when you come back and you sell all your cakes, you sell or grapes or whatever it is, you'll never catch back up to that point. Yes, obviously once you've done it, you can then start moving up after, but it will never catch you immediately back up to where you were. So how do we get around this? Well, basically something that Sean said to me when we've been looking at this is that Townstar, or Gala games should I say, actually allow you to use scripts. obviously within reason. And one of those scripts that they allow you to use is the auto sell. So what you can do is you can set it up. So if you're selling cakes, or you're selling baguettes, or whatever you're selling, you can set up in this script. So when you hit your 10, the script will automatically select obviously how much fuel is required depending where you are on the map. And remember, with this guide, you can go into this gas map and actually look at your location, and then make sure, or the location that you want to be in, and make sure that it only has a number 1 next to it. If it has a number 1 next to it, that means it's only going to cost you 1 tank of gas. Anyway, the script, like I say, will select how much, the correct amount of gas, and will select the product or products that you want to sell, and then it will ship them out for you. And then obviously when the truck comes back, you will then get paid out. It's not like it will send it but it doesn't collect it. It sends it and it will collect the cash and your city points. So even you could be, if you've got your town set up right, you could be away for hours and you'll come back and you'll have however much cash that you've earned. You'll have all your city points and you'll just be ready to move on to the next stage, or at least pick up and get going again. But you wouldn't have lost any places in the rankings because of this auto script. Now, this is where you're going to get the auto script from. Don't worry, I will put the link in the description. And there are a few scripts on here. There is a auto sell script 1. I looked at that personally. I think it looks a bit more complicated. You want to be looking at the auto sell version 2. Now there are other things on here as well. There's a leaderboard script. Basically all that will do is, if you set that up, what you can do is you can go onto the leaderboard, select a particular player, and what it will do is it will beam you, that script will beam you immediately to their location, rather than you having to search around on the map trying to find them. And then you've got the product rate monitor, which for me, that's something I'm not really bothered about. Anyway, the auto sell script, how do we set this up? First, what you need to do is you come into your extensions. So I'm using Brave browser. This can be used on Chrome, and I believe it can be used on pretty much all browsers, Firefox, all that kind of stuff. I'm fairly certain it's compatible with pretty much all of them. So what you do is you come into your extensions, and then you want to go to Web Store. Now, what we're going to be using, and many of you will know, is Tamper Monkey to execute the script. So you just type in Tamper, and there you go. You've got the beta version. I personally would just go with the stable version if I were you. And then you click on this. Obviously, you add that to Brave or your Chrome or whatever you want to do. That's been added. Okay. And then what it's going to do is open up Tamper Monkey for you. So what you want to do is just then close that, close that, close that, and keep that open. Now click on the auto sell script. So click there, and then just go, oh, I thought you could go select all, but basically highlight it all. Copy. Then what you want to do is click on your extensions again, and into the little jigsaw emblem, and then find Tamper Monkey. Click on that, and then you want to go to dashboard, and then what you want to do is, actually I've messed that up. Can we do it from here? Oh yeah, just press the plus sign. So you just press the plus sign. That will open up a new script page, and then you want to get rid of all that. So delete that, paste in what you've just copied, and then you want to click File and then Save. And then there you go, auto sell. Now, but what you want to do, but before you go and use this, you've got to edit it. So to switch the script on and off, you just use the toggle button there. So we'll just switch that off for the moment. And then we just click on it. And then that's going to open up, allow us to edit it. Right, so it's automatically on Silica, it's got a number 100. Now, if you get your town up to the point where you're not just using the trade truck, but you're by the ocean and you end up using the freight, what you want to do that you set it to 100, and that means that it will always get sent on your freight boat, not on your little pier boat, but on your big freight boat. So whatever it is you're selling, if you want it to go by freight, or set the number to 100. Right, so we're at the moment on my town, I'm selling salt, so we'll put Silica to 0, and then we go down to salt, and then you just go 1 or 10. So that's what that's going to do, is that's going to set up to sell salt every 10. Like I say, you've got Silica here, you've got your Pinot Noir grapes, you've got feed, you've got wheat, you've got flour. I believe you can just add stuff to this as well. If you just copy that, highlight, paste, and then this is something else you can do. So if you do gasoline, but obviously gas is something that we want to hold on to, but you might find, like I did when I was in the last competition, I was producing tons of gas, which is great because you can also sell that. So but what you want to do, obviously you don't want to sell all of it, so actually you set the sell min as 10, but what you want to do is, you see this keep AMT, if you set that to 5, what that says in the script is that you want to keep 5, but you want to sell 10. So it won't actually sell that 10 until you get to 15. Once you get to 15, it will sell 10 gas for you and hold 5. Obviously, if you can change that keep to 10, and then it will sell when you reach 20. And that's a great way of just basically, because you're going to get city points for the gasoline you sell. You're going to be earning money for the gasoline yourself. So if you're overproducing gas like I was by mass amounts, setting that is another good way to get more money and more town points or city points very easily. Okay, so once you've done that, what we'll then do is then you click save that. Okay, so you've saved that, and then we go to install scripts, and then we'd click on the toggle. So that is now enabled. So if we close that, obviously these guys are absolutely brilliant. They're, like it says at the bottom, they are an independent website, even though obviously Gala allows you to use their scripts and allows you to use scripts within the games. These are not actually directly connected with Gala games, but their scripts are absolutely brilliant. So obviously I just want to give a big thumbs up to these guys, and like I say, I will put the link in the description. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to check out this working. Okay, so what I'm going to do is Tamper Monkey is enabled. I believe. Have we enabled it? Yeah, it is enabled, and it's showing no scripts running at the moment, but when we log in to Townstar, you will see that will change. Okay, so obviously, as you can see, percentage is gradually going up. I normally get to about 85%, and then it just stops for a little bit, and then it will eventually load. But yeah, I've watched other people's videos on this, and theirs seem to stop at 85% as well. So I look at it as it's just something that it does. So if that happens to you, don't worry. Okay, so as you can see there, auto sell active. So that means that the auto sell script is working and ready to go. Now you'll notice I have a peer boat, and I did have, obviously when you start off, you're normally always given a trade truck. I've got a trade peer boat. It's quite funny because for about all of yesterday, well, not all of yesterday, but quite a lot of yesterday, I was trying to figure out and look at the coding on the script, how to change from a trade truck to use a peer boat, because and here we go, that's just done it. That's doing it automatically. I actually went to do something else and the script's kicked in, so I'm not doing anything now. So you'll see that here we go, it will pick, it's planning the route, and there you go. And you'll see that we no longer have any salt in the side there. It's sent off my boat, and when it comes back, it will claim for us. So anyway, what I was saying was yesterday I was trying to figure out in the script how I could change the script using the trade truck and to use the peer boat, because on this particular, where I'm situated, it costs me 2 fuel to use the trade truck and only costs me 1 fuel to use the peer boat. So that's why I was trying to look at it. It's all right, I'm just adjusting this stuff. I always turn all this off because it just helps your computer. If you're running a slightly lower level computer, it means that it will just help the game run a bit faster. Anyway, again, going back to what I was trying to say, is after lots of questions on Discord, no one seemed to be knowing. I was told by someone you've got to rewrite the entire script. All you've got to do, if you're in a situation where you've got a trade truck but you want to use a peer boat, or you want to use a freight boat or something like that, just delete your truck. That's all all I did was I removed the trade truck from the settings, well from my town, and now the script will just automatically use the peer boat. So it's just a bit of a tip there for you. I say I spent hours trying to figure that out, and then I just thought, yeah, I'm just going to delete that and see what happens. And I just removed the truck and it worked perfectly fine. And like I say, it has been working fine since I got it up and running. So like I say, this is going to save you loads of time, and it's going to say, and it means that it's actually going to earn you more points, because even when you can still sell your goods and collect your money and your city points. So although we're about 2 days into this competition, many of you might look at what's going on and how my town is doing, and that I'm not actually doing all that great. And that's basically because I'd actually decided to sit out this competition. I didn't do anything with it at all really yesterday, apart from looking up various strategies. Obviously I looked into the auto sell script and stuff like that. So basically what you're seeing now is a little town that I basically just thrown together so I could do this video for you guys and show you that auto sell script working. So obviously you can benefit from that in the future. I do actually want to give a massive shout out to a gentleman called Gregory Maguire. Now, he is a subscriber. Apparently, he's pretty much been subscribed to me since day one. And over that time, he has pretty much used all the programs that I've suggested. And according to him, he has actually accumulated a very good amount of crypto just through the programs and the videos that I do. And when he saw that I was getting into Townstar, apparently he's been using Townstar for quite some time. he wanted to take an opportunity to basically say thank you to me. And what he did was he actually gifted me this little NFT silo, which, you know, I don't want to get into sort of numbers, but it is way more than I would ever expect from a subscriber. But I'm very grateful to him, and I just wanted to say a massive thank you to Gregory, and yeah, and that's it really. Just a massive thank you. And also as well, for me, the real payoff for me is to hear how well he has done following my videos and using the programs that I am promoting. So, you know, it's been good for both of us. And like I say, a massive thank you to him for that NFT. And the great thing you'll find if you really get into this game with NFTs is that you can click on them like that. You can basically click return. What that will do, that will send it back to your account, and then you can then go into your account if you decide you want it. Like if you say, oh, I don't like it there, you can click on it, click return, it will destroy it. Then you can pick another square like that over there, go back into your account by clicking that, then click on your NFT, and it will amazingly appear there, and it won't cost you a thing, because obviously it has already been purchased from the shop. And again, yeah, just massive thank you to him. So I do have a final thing that I want to say, and this is to get you guys into playing the game, is that obviously a lot of you have signed up to Gala Games and Townstar through my link. And what I'm going to do is, obviously, this is a game that does take quite some time to get used to, learn how to play and stuff like that. So what I'm going to say is sign up now, and in 1 month's time, so it is the 15th of July, so the 15th of August, I'm going to set a competition with a prize which I think you guys will be very happy with. So sign up now, get practicing, get playing, get your strategies sorted, and then on the 15th of August, before the next competition, I will announce what the prize will be, and I want you guys to get out there, get playing, and get winning. So I'm going to leave that there. If you are interested in that earlier video that I talked about, it will be on your screen shortly. If you could smash that like button, it really supports my channel, which then helps me bring more content to you. So take care, have a great rest of your week, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.